Good morning, beautiful people. Today we will be reading Matthew chapter 11, verses 28, and it says, "Come to me, all who are weary, burdened, and I will give you rest." So, this basically saying that we come to God with all of our struggles, all of our pain, everything that we're going through. This is something that I'm personally struggling with right now. I am currently struggling with a sense of community and my mental health right now. So it's like I have to come to God about those things before I go to anyone else. And don't get me wrong, like it's okay to go to people about like how you feel, but it's definitely recommended to go to God first, because who created your family, who created your friends? God. Like you should always go to God first before anything at all. And Jesus deeply cares for us, especially in our struggles, especially when we are at our lowest. I feel like sometimes that's when our faith is being tested. God is trying to see if we are gonna go to Him or we're gonna go to worldly things like people, or are we gonna go to other things like materialistic things? Like, are we gonna shop? Are we gonna um make, what I'm trying to say is it's better. So self-care, and when it comes to your mental health and self-care, like it's okay to go shopping. It's okay to, if you feel better when you work, when you make money, that's okay. If you want to go to your therapist, that's okay. But go to God first and pray to God first before you do any of those things, because some of those things might be an idol in your life. If that makes any sense. Like, some people say they can't live or breathe without music. We all know that we can live or breathe without music. It's just a metaphor saying that music is very essential and important in our lives, but you also have to be careful what type of music you listen to, what type of things that you got to be careful with the input and the output of your life. This is like math, like X and Y. You put in one input, get one output. Say for instance, if you continuously listen to music about sex and drugs and money and stuff like that, you just have to be careful, because then you're humming those things and then you're bringing all of that stuff into your life, and it's not really good per se. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I know other people have their own opinions. But if you really want to focus on God, um, cutting out certain things out of your life is very important. Also, making a sacrifice is very important. Like if you feel as though you haven't really spent a lot of time with God lately, you can cut things out. Like if you're on the video game all the time, then you minimize or just cut out the hours that you do video games. Yeah. And remember, God's love is unlimited. No matter what we do, He will love us. But don't forget to repent. And don't make your sin an iniquity. And iniquity is basically a sin that you go back to. You don't want to go back to it after you just repented. And even if you do that, it shouldn't be on purpose. That's when you make it an iniquity. Iniquity is like, say, for instance, if you commit fornication, you say, okay, God, like I'm not gonna do it again. I repent for my sins. I'm not gonna do it again. I apologize. Please forgive me. God's forgiven you, right? And then you commit fornication again, knowing that you just repented. You're like, oh, and please, 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 please don't be one of those people who said, oh yeah, I'll repent later. Like, no, please. I beg you, don't. That is not the mindset we're trying to have, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever you identify as. But, yeah. I'm so glad that I got to make another video. This is so awesome. I'm just so glad that you guys choose to listen and to engage in some of my videos. I really appreciate it. But yeah, don't forget to go to God. It's very important, it's very essential that you go to God for your needs and your wants. And sometimes I feel as though that I feel like God is a genie. Like I go to him only when I want things, or I go to him only when I'm going through something. Like I'm still working on that also. So if that's you, don't feel like you're the only one, like you're not alone. And when it comes to sense of community, whenever you have a chance, especially like I'm in college, so I have plenty of decisions and choices on whether I want to hang out, whether I want to study, whether I want to do this or that. I have the choice whether I want to be social or not. But just be careful who you hang around and be wise on how you use your time. Because you're not there for parties. You're there to get your degree and get up out of there if you're in college. But yeah, I'm so excited to make another video again. I'm gonna try to make 2 videos a week. Don't quote me, but if I don't make another video before this week is over, then I'll just keep it as me making 1 video a week. All right. It was so nice talking to you guys. Thank you for listening.